Good evening, everybody. It is Charlie, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone has had a great start to their week so far. Just before we get into tonight's video, please make sure that you're smashing that like button. It really does help get the video out there to more people. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new as well. We're on the road to 3K. We're almost there, guys, about 50 odd subs away from hitting 3,000. If you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button. It really does mean a lot. Hit the notification bell so that you're always aware of when I'm uploading and going live. And of course, get all of your thoughts and opinions into the comment section down below. So then, tonight's video is a little bit different. I was going to come on here and discuss transfer news, etc. But the more I talk about it, the more it frustrates me. But the main reason why is because Bite Size Leeds is going to be returning to the channel this week, guys. Yes, all the latest goings on in the wonderful world of Leeds United Football Club. That will be back on your feed from tomorrow morning onwards. I'm going to try and make that a daily thing as often as I possibly can. So make sure that you tune in for that. But tonight's video, I have to speak about Joel Piroe, and I've got to speak about Daniel Farke at the minute. And let's start with Joel Piroe. I mean, look, we've spoke about it numerous times on the channel. Spoke about it a few times recently on the White Wall podcast. I've seen loads of fans singing from the same hymn sheet on this. You know, even last season. I know he scored 13 goals last season, or 14 goals, was it? Sorry, but Joel Piroe for me is just not a Leeds United player. Obviously, he plays for Leeds United, but in a sense of it just doesn't fit the system, does it? It doesn't fit the system that Daniel Farke seems to want to play. He's not a number 9 because he doesn't occupy centre backs. He doesn't make runs in behind because he's not very quick. He's a really good finisher, and you know, if the ball's played to him in the right area, I'm sure he can finish it off. He's not a number 10 either, as we evidently saw, you know, against West Brom on Saturday. I think he lost the ball 60% of the time that he received it, which is shocking. To be a good number 10, you've got to be creative. You've got to have a bit of pace about you. You've got to have good football IQ. You know, quick turner pace as well, decisive, you know, very good decision making. Piroe doesn't have any of those attributes to play in the number 10. Again, evident on Saturday when he has a glorious opportunity to either play Dan James, Mateo Joseph, or Willie Gnonto. And what does he do instead? Takes a shot from about 35 yards out. That one is weak, and 2 goes wide of the mark. And Gnonto and Mateo Joseph definitely looked, you know, visibly frustrated at that. I can only imagine what it's like to be on the same pitch as Joel Piroe if you're a forward player, because he just offers nothing. Again, great finisher, and I'm sure instinctively, when he's not got much time to think, he can finish off a really good chance. And you know what? I'm sure he's a nice guy behind the scenes. But at the minute, it's not working. Now, is it Piroe or is it the system? I saw someone actually tweet it earlier saying that, you know, everyone that's bashing him is wrong because basically it's Farke that's not setting him or setting the team up right to work to his strengths. So I thought, okay, then let's play devil's advocate on that. How do you get the best of Joel Piroe then? If Farke's going to keep playing him, how does he get the best out of him? Well, for me, the only way that I can see Piroe working is if he's part of a front two. So, for example, if it was him and Mateo Joseph up front, Joseph would do all of the running and the runs in behind, and Piroe could finish off the chances. That is probably the only way that I feel like Piroe could potentially, and that's a big potentially, work at Leeds United. But let's be honest, Daniel Farke is not going to play 2 up front because whether it's 4-2-3-1 or 3-4-3, that doesn't occupy, you know, that doesn't enable, us to play with 2 strikers. He's never going to play with two strikers. So let's just ditch the Joel Piroe experiment. Piroe's not bad for like the last maybe 10 minutes of a game. If you're chasing a game, you can bring him on, and if the ball falls to him in the right area, he will finish it. That's all he's good for, really, at the minute, in my opinion. Now, again, I'm talking like this, at the moment. If he goes and bags a hat trick against Sheff Wednesday on Friday, of course I will come on here and speak differently. But that doesn't mean that I'm not right now, because I am, and everyone else is that said it as well. But the reason why I wanted to bring Daniel Farke into the conversation is because, like I've just said, is Farke's system at the minute getting the best out of everybody, not just Piroe? Is it working? Because let's be honest, against Portsmouth, we had Jorginho play that game. And yeah, it was good for the first 10, 15 minutes, but then we significantly dropped off and Portsmouth came back into the game and they ended up being in front at half time. And let's be honest, we were only a Brendan Aronson sitter away from winning the game in the end. I thought overall, as an isolated game, I thought Leeds played well against Portsmouth. A few defensive errors. Well, it was actually one defensive error, a wonder strike, and a penalty. It was just one of them sort of championshipy games, wasn't it? And you can live with that if you follow it up with a positive performance against West Brom. And I know that the team is significantly weaker with the loss of Archie Gray, Crescencio Somerville, and what it seems to be Jorginho Rutter. I mean, again, I'll be covering it on Bite Size Leeds in the morning, but that move seems to have gone a little bit quiet, doesn't it? Who knows? Again, as I'm saying this now, it's probably been announced. But anyway, I just think Daniel Farke, there's a lot of people calling for his head. I think it's way too early in the season to be suggesting that. I think he deserves at least to get to the end of the transfer window, see what he's got, then give him a few games after that. And if we're still seeing the same levels of performance that we saw against West Brom and definitely against Middlesbrough, then I think there'll be a significant reason why he should go. Everybody was tipping Leeds United to win the league this season. I think that theory's changed now. Burnley have started the season off well. I thought Sheff United were the other day, but obviously QPR came back and drew 2-2. The league is crazy. This league is mental every single week, and it is hard to win it. Burnley are looking very, very good at the minute. I think they're definitely the ones to catch. But the squad that we've got now at the minute just scrapes playoffs, in my opinion, and that's being optimistic. Again, I'll be covering, obviously, all of the transfer rumours in the morning, so make sure that you tune in for that. I'll be covering all of today's transfer news, so make sure that you tune in for that. Like I said, guys, tonight's video was just something a little bit different. I just wanted to speak about the Joel Piroe situation because for me, it's just so frustrating to watch now. And for me, he should be dropped. Brendan Aronson could come in. You could play Nonto in the 10 and put Aronson out wide and they could interchange. There's other ways of fielding a 4-2-3-1. It doesn't have to include Joel Piroe every single time because, let's be honest, Daniel Farke, it isn't working, is it? So, yeah, that brings us to the end of this evening's video, guys. Again, I really hope that you've all enjoyed it. Like I said, it is something a little bit different. Hit me up in the comment section with what you think of tonight's upload. Are you happy with Piroe to start? Do you want him out? How do you feel about Daniel Farke? And like I said, Bite Size Leeds will be back in the morning at 8:30. So make sure that you tune in for that. Make sure you're liking this video, subscribing to the channel, hitting that notification bell, and I will see you in the morning. Cheers.